Definitely. And so you also said you try to find them, make sure they find a work-life balance as well.
Mm. Especially with a lot of people, I realize like this is my first question whenever a client's like, oh, I'm stressed out from work. You know how many people don't take their full hour lunch or 30-minute lunch? A lot of people work through lunch. They sit there, they're still making phone calls. Even after work, we're returning work emails. First thing when we wake up, we're checking our work emails. So for me, the first balance is like, make sure you're taking your full lunch. Step away from your desk. Don't eat at your desk. Get to work on time. Leave at the time you're designated, you're supposed to leave. Like those are small boundaries that can create more time for self-care or even just time to be productive in other aspects of your life.
Yeah. So one of the things in my interviews, I've been talking to other professionals or whatever, and that's one of the things they said was they had two phones. So they had a work phone and they had like their personal phone. So after work hours, off on the weekends or vacationing, they put the phone, their work phone inside of a drawer, turn it off, and like I'm gonna get back to it when I get back to it. Whatever happens when I'm gone, they have to just deal with it. And when I get back, I'm gonna make sure everything gets back aligned. But I'm like, yo, a
That I
great.
agree with that. Like even like for me, I work for myself. So yes, I have the two phones, so I do that. But even when I was in the workplace, I would kind of tell my boss, like, hey, the first 30 minutes of the day, like I want to set my tone for the day. So please, I'm not returning emails. I'm not having any meetings. And also the last 30 minutes of the day, please don't schedule any clients. Please don't schedule any meetings. Like this is my time that I need to kind of prepare. And so I agree. Like, you know how many times I tell clients, delete, even if you don't have two phones, delete your work emails off your personal phone, because it's just that urge of like, I see a notification, like, ooh, I need to check it. Ooh, what's going on? So like for me, I tell them, if you don't have the luxury of having two phones, delete work stuff off your personal phone, especially if your company is not paying your phone bill. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm forever.
Hey, I'm not mad at
And
it.
a lot of people are salary employees. So you're not getting paid for all that extra time. And unfortunately, a lot of jobs don't give you those kudos when it's like, hey, I saw you responded to an email after work, or I saw you were able to troubleshoot something as soon as you woke up. Like they don't acknowledge that. It's just kind of like, cool, you were supposed to do that.
Yeah. And a quick example, as a pharmacist, right? I'm a retail pharmacist. So when you be like, oh, take your hour lunch or your 30-minute lunch, like some of the pharmacists don't even take a lunch. Like I know people who will tell me, oh, they work straight through 12 hours a day. And I'm like, listen, even if it's only 10 to 15 minutes for myself, I will tell my techs, hey, don't take any waiters. I'll be right back. Let me just go and eat on the side by myself for a second so I can be comfortable, so I can come back refreshed. Because I know me, if I just work straight through, by the time at the end of the night comes up, I might be grumpy, a little upset.
Exactly. And you would be surprised how many people do live like that. That's why my first question is, do you take your hour lunch break? Because so many people do not. Like they're trying to hurry up and get stuff done and keep up. Like I recommend people, even if you don't take the full lunch break, just go sit in your car for 10 or 15 minutes, sit outside, like remove yourself from the situation to at least attempt to recharge and take time for yourself.
Okay,
And then,
okay.
like you said, another thing, if we're working these 12 hours, I'm sure your eating's not the best. You're not staying hydrated. Like you said, I'm scarfing down food. That's not healthy. And I tell people to maybe even kind of communicate with their employers like, hey, if you want me to be the best employee here or for me to perform at my best, I need to be able to stay hydrated. I need to be able to eat. I need to be able to take a snack. I need to be able to decompress in between some of these clients. So, also advocating for yourself. That's something that I always tell clients, advocate for yourself, for your employers, because they want you to perform to your best potential. So if you want me to do that, you help me help myself. Make sure you have enough staff so that we are able to take a lunch break.
Yeah.
Because I remember when I worked at the psych hospital, like it was such a norm for us to sit at our desk and work through lunch. And I'm like, this can't be life. And like I remember when I would used to like go outside and eat my lunch, like it would be like those side eyes of like, why is she not working? I'm not getting paid to work right now. So I'm gonna go eat and enjoy myself.
Yeah. And for
And then when
me,
I come back, I'm ready. When I come back, I'll hit the ground running. But before that, no, you're not gonna get all my time and energy. Because I still gotta go home, take care of myself, take care of my child. So it's not fair to me or my child to deplete myself for an employer.
and I just feel for me like that 10, 15, 20 minutes, whatever, it just it refreshes you. So when you do come back in, you got fresh eyes, you're able to like look at things a little different.
Definitely. And I think that people just don't understand like a small change like that in your schedule, how much it can impact your day.